Hi and welcome to the lecture on geometric isomerism. We have seen in the classification of isomers, stereoisomers are the one which differ in arrangement of the groups in the three-dimensional space. They were divided into conformational and configurational isomers. So geometric isomers fall under configurational isomers. Previously, this isomerism was also called as cis-trans isomerism. So what are geometric isomers? These are the stereoisomers which contain either double bond or ring structure. So simple examples of the alkenes you can see here. It is a butene because it consists of 4 carbon atoms, and if it is to be seen in the ring structures, then usually it is observed in the planar rings which are not aromatic. So this isomerism is seen whenever, due to some reason, rotation of the bonds is restricted. So interconversion of these isomers is not possible. These groups are fixed at their positions because they cannot rotate along with this double bond as well as through this ring. So it forces these groups to be in one plane, and interconversion between the groups becomes impossible. So such isomers which are not readily interconvertible to each other because of the rotation of the bonds, they are called as geometric isomers. So because their relative positions of the groups attached to either a double bond or to a ring, they are differing, they are isomers. Each carbon which is involved, say in this double bond or where these different groups are attached, you need to look at each carbon atom and ensure that it is attached to two different groups. In case of optical isomers, we have seen carbon must be attached to 4 different groups. But here, because carbons are involved in the ring formation or double bond, we are left with only 2 substitutions. So these 2 substitutions must be different from each other. They may be same from other carbon atom, but at least these 2 groups should be different from each other. These images are taken from Bahal and Bahal, and in very easy way they have explained it. Like you have a pair of plies, and if you try to insert one screw, still you can move both the plies freely. But the moment another screw comes, then plies are fixed at their position and rotation is impossible. Similarly, in case of double bond, we have one sigma bond because of overlapping of sp2 hybridized orbitals, and we have one pi bond because of overlapping of pi orbitals. If you forcefully try to rotate it, there will be a rupture of the pi bond. So because of this restricted rotation, these 2 carbons and these 4 groups, they lie in only one plane, and compound is somewhat planar, fixed in the positions, and interconversion can only happen when you heat this compound so that bonds are broken. All these bonds are broken and compound is reformed in a way. Now these groups, they change their positions. So this way only interconversion is possible. There are 3 popular methods for assigning configuration or giving nomenclature to geometric isomers. They are cis and trans, E and Z, syn and anti. They are preferred in different cases, but still cis is equivalent to Z and syn, whereas trans is equivalent to E, which is equivalent to anti. Cis-trans isomerism was very much popular in the initial days, as geometric isomerism was also synonymously called as cis-trans isomerism. Cis means when both the functional groups are on the same side of the carbon chain. Trans means when they are on the opposite sides of the carbon chain. So this system is preferred when you have pair of identical groups, like each carbon atom is connected to hydrogen and CH3. So both of them have similar substituents. So you can see in the cis, if you draw one line parallel to the double bond or passing through the double bond, you will see both similar groups are on the same side. On the other side also you have another pair of similar groups. Whereas trans isomer is more like a seesaw, wherein similar groups are on the opposite sides. Another pair of similar groups is also automatically on the opposite sides. So if there are two pairs of the similar groups, you can see this first carbon atom is attached to A and B. Another carbon atom is also attached to A and B. So you just need to see whether similar groups are on the same side. Automatically another groups which are similar, they will be on the other side. In case of trans, they will be on the opposite side. You can also assign it in for the compounds containing double bond between nitrogens or carbon chain containing consecutive double bonds, odd in number. When it comes to the ring system, planar ring system, you need to see whether above the plane and below the plane. If similar groups are on above the plane, automatically another similar groups will be below the plane, that will be cis. Whereas when you have this group A above and this as below, similarly will be the case with B. One will be above, another will be below. So even if you don't assign the priorities, you will be able to do it. Just identify similar groups. But IUPAC still says you cannot have similar groups. They are not necessarily identical. If they are different, then you have to assign the priorities and you need to see whether highest priority groups, they are on the same side or on the different side. These are a few more examples. You can see ethyl groups on the same side, so it should be cis. Br groups on the opposite side, trans, same side, cis, same side, cis. Now in case of chair and boat conformation, you need to be little careful, as you might not have heard about axial and equatorial bonds. You need to just see the direction. See, this methyl group is going in the upward direction. This is going in the downward direction. So this is in fact trans. Whereas this isomer CH3 is in the downward direction. This is also in the downward direction. So this is cis. Both above the plane. So it is cis. One above, one below. It is trans. E and Z nomenclature is preferred when the groups attached to both the carbon atoms, they are different. We don't have pairs of the identical groups. So here we need to take help of priority rules. We have seen those CIP, CAN, Ingold and Prelog rules. We have seen in case of RNS configuration. But because there it was a chiral carbon atom, we were giving priorities as 1, 2, 3, 4 to the four groups. Here we will also give priority, but differently to each carbon atom. So for this carbon atom there are only two substituents, so we will give priority as 1 and 2. Similarly for this carbon atom we have priority as 1 and 2. Now we need to see whether highest priority group is on the same side or opposite side. Here you can easily see it is on the opposite side like seesaw. So it is equivalent to trans, but in this nomenclature it is called as E. E stands for entgegen, meaning opposite. Similarly, in case of this example, amongst COH and methyl, COH has first priority, methyl has second. Here methyl versus hydrogen. So methyl has first priority, hydrogen as second. So here you can see highest priority group are on the same side, so it is equivalent to cis. Here it is called as Z. Z stands for Zusammen, which means together. Here don't get confused that CH3 groups are there, they are on the opposite side, because we do not have the identical pair. This is just one pair, this is not identical. So we will not use cis trans over here. In E and Z, it is Z. Similarly, in compounds containing carbon and nitrogen double bond, we are going to see syn and anti-isomerism. That is more common in such type of compounds, but still for such compounds you can also assign E and Z. So here you can see, because nitrogen's valency is only 3, you don't have the another substituent like carbon over here, there is only one, so it will get first priority. Here, you know, ethyl will get first priority, so they are opposite, it is E. Whereas amongst this phenyl and this orthochlorophenyl, this will get first priority, NH2 as first priority because there is nothing over here. They are on the same side, it is Z. These are some other examples which I want you all to try. Try assigning the priorities and then see whether they are on the same side or opposite side, and tally your answers with these answers given. In case of compounds which contain multiple double bonds, you need to take some extra efforts as to you need to number all the carbons which are in the longest chain as you do it for IUPAC nomenclature. So here we have COH. So starting from this COH, longest chain continues till this carbon. In the second example also, longest chain is going till the 6th carbon. Now here you need to take care to see the longest chain which is going up to 7th carbon. So you need to assign nomenclature for each double bond, and instead of mentioning 2 carbons involved, you can mention only the lowest carbon. So you need to assign for carbon number 2 and carbon number 4. Here also 2 and 4. Here carbon number 3 and 5. So looking at carbon number 2, you can see amongst these two groups, first priority goes to COH. Now if you are looking at this bond, then treat this whole thing as a substituent. So as compared to hydrogen, that substituent will get first priority. They are on the opposite side, so it is E. Whereas if you are looking for next double bond, here easily you can assign priority as number 1 to this methyl, and here amongst these two, obviously priority to this whole group. So first priority, they are on the same side. Similarly, you can solve for other two examples and you can tally your answers with this. These all are taken from the IUPAC guidelines. In this particular case, it is not mandatory at undergraduate level that you assign configuration for this, because it is not part of the longest chain. But during research, if you are interested in stereochemistry of this part, you can always determine it, as this is the first priority, CH3. Amongst this, carbon versus Cl, Cl will get first priority, so it is E. Now last nomenclature which is popular in geometric isomerism is syn and anti-isomerism. So it is usually preferred in case of compounds containing carbon and nitrogen double bond like oximes. See, this is the example of oxime, and here as we have already seen one example, nitrogen will have only one substituent, carbon will have two. So in this case you can also treat lone pair on the nitrogen as another substituent. So OH will be first priority, lone pair will be second priority. Here phenyl is first priority, this is second priority. So you can see phenyl and OH are on the same side. It is syn or Z, or you can also say cis. Here they are on the opposite side, so it is anti. In this case, you can quickly see it is Z, and syn, in this case, it is anti. This is one drug, and shape of the molecule will only tell you they are on the opposite sides. So it is anti. Here both are downwards, so it is syn. So you can refer to Bahal and Bahal and actual IUPAC recommendations. Next lecture, we are going to see methods, some practical laboratory methods of determining configuration of geometric isomers. Till then, take care. Goodbye.